What's good, PunchDrunk family?
You got your guys here with your Mr. Swaggy No Aggie.
And I'm just Dan.
And we are back with another reaction video.
Checking out some more stand-up, another fellow Dan or Daniel. This is Daniel Tosh asking the question, how do 90% of Americans have jobs?
I want to know, because that was probably 70% in the
It might be. I don't know.
I mean, come on now, that stimmy money was looking kind of lovely.
Thanks, COVID.
But we about to check it out though, man.
Make sure you guys punch that like button, beat that like button, smash it, touch it, rub it down. Oh no! Subscribe to your boys, show us some love.
It is great to be here in America. Yeah. The greatest country in the world, if you haven't traveled a lot. Do we have to constantly scream we're number one? It's always the people that live in the most boring parts of this country that scream the loudest. People in Kansas, we're the greatest country in the world. It's like, do you guys have internet there? You ever seen a photo of Fiji? I've never been to Fiji, but I've seen photos. It looks pretty amazing. It's hard to think we're better than that. We're top 10. Maybe if we started screaming that every day, maybe terrorists would stop trying to saw our heads off. We're top 10. And they'd be like, that's fair. It was that number one stuff that was getting old. America's basically turned into one of these factories where we just have a sign up, like, it's been 22 days since our last horrible thing.
That's
and
true.
it's like, oh, all right, rip it down, we're back at zero again. These things just keep happening, you know, whether it's Ferguson or Baltimore. I can solve racist cops. That's an easy fix.
Yeah.
But nobody comes to me for the answers. You want to get rid of that forever? How about this? Only black people should be allowed to be cops. Boom, problem solved. And if any of you have issue with this, it's because you're racist. Ooh, what about white people? White people can be firefighters. We're more outdoorsy, it makes sense. White people, firefighters, black people, cops. Who wants tickets to the softball game now? Yeah, it's gonna get pretty tense. Might wanna put in a mercy rule. And the next time we have one of these tragedies, inevitably we will, and you happen to be so unfortunate enough to know the person that's being accused of the crime, do us all a favor and don't get on TV the next day and be like, I lived next to him for 32 years. I never could have seen this coming. Maybe you should be locked up for 6 months. I find nothing more disrespectful. You never could have seen it coming. I've never met anyone in my entire life that I couldn't wrap my brain around the fact that they are capable of awful things. Literally no one. My mom could blow up a nursery. If you put me on TV the next day and I was completely honest with myself, I'd be like, I can fucking see it. No, it makes sense. Sometimes when I was a kid, I'd come home from school, she wasn't happy to see me. I think she hates children. Ladies, know that every man you're sitting next to tonight, if you could get into their head and see every thought they have ever had, you would immediately pull out a gun and blow your head off. Because trust me, they're capable of anything. All day long, every day, nothing but twisted, weird, awful shit is just going round and round and round. And what do you do at night? You snuggle up next to them because you're so happy that you're not alone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that says more about you. That notion that your parents raised you on, stand by your man, if you're insane. The second your man gets accused of anything, you immediately distance yourself. Just be like, I don't know what the fuck he's into. Buy clothes in the next town, we'll forgive you. By the way, I do love this country. We're the only place with any diversity. The entire planet's segregated. You realize that when you watch international sports. Like I was trying to watch the World Cup, despite hating it. I get it, soccer's the most popular sport on the planet. That's because half the world can't afford AC. And that's about how long you have to run just to get tired enough to fall asleep in these godforsaken countries. You ever try to gamble on soccer? What's the over-under? 0.5?
Yeah, people try it.
It's a secret.
I just tried it recently, and I lost. And then next day I bet again on some random. I don't even know what country these playing. The odds look good, and of course, the thing flipped immediately, and loser.
I'm out. But we have diversity. Other teams don't. Or if you look at the Olympics, you look at our U.S. gymnastics squad. We have an Asian girl, a white girl, a black girl. Look at the Chinese squad. Any guesses? Did you guess exclusively Chinese bitches?
What?
Yeah, that's all that's ever been on that team. That's all that will ever be on that team. And they wonder why they're not getting golds anymore. Well, you better get a Harlem in China. You think snapping together iPads all day is tough?
God.
It is not as tough as it used to be. Now they have suicide nets around their building so they can jump out, bounce right back. Sorry, boss, just need some fresh air. Back to making Americans more stuff? You got it. This is a tough joke to do as a white comedian, but here goes.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Because where this country is now, from where we came from, is pretty remarkable. There's nothing more shameful in our country's past than slavery. Okay, that's horrible. But I've grown up in a generation where I've idolized black people my entire life. They are better at everything. So the fact that we pulled off slavery, I've already said it's awful. That's off the table. I'm just saying it's kind of neat. I mean, at any point, they could have been like, you know we can just run away, right? And you will never catch us. And if you do, we will beat the living shit out of you. All right, that's about how well that joke should go over. There's a fine line between appreciating the sarcasm and, ooh, this feels like a rally. And you did well. That's a joke I do not do everywhere. That's a joke, if the audience gets a little too excited, I shut it down. You start hearing a couple yee-haws, trouble's a brewing. As soon as yee-haw hits a certain octave, hate crime and T minus 10, 9. The unemployment rate in our country is around 6.5%. I'm told that's pretty good. I could care less. I wish a president would have the balls to say what I'm about to. 10% of Americans don't deserve jobs. Good night. Like, that's a number I can get my head around. Of course, there's exceptions to that. That's not who we're talking about. But if you don't think 10% of Americans are lazy pieces of shit, then you have never traveled anywhere. Because the number that blows me away is that over 90% of Americans have jobs. Who the fuck is hiring you morons? Because I wouldn't. The sense of entitlement, everyone thinks they deserve more than they have. No one's content. Young kids, I won't even talk to them anymore because you parents have done such a bang-up job. If I meet one more kid and ask him what he wants to do when he gets older, and he replies, I want to be famous like you, I'm gonna kick him in his teeth. You're never gonna be famous. Never. You have no chance. I didn't get here because I work hard. I have a gift from God.
Keep it real, keep it real. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. This is basically what we told the kids at his school.
Exactly.
You're not better than me right now. You're not at the level I'm at right now. Because I'm not even going to get into what it was all about. You guys already know. You can read between the lines. But he went to the school and everything. Let it open discussion. And then, he let them get their shit off.
Yeah.
But he said his shit. And then people still get mad. I don't understand how you get mad at truth.
Can't handle the truth. That's why.
Yeah, but as you see, there you Tosh telling truth.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with giving younger people some little pep talk or good luck on whatever you're doing. But kids, don't try to model your life after anybody. Because it may not work out the same. You may not be able to take the same routes that somebody else took to get somewhere. So you got to find your own lane.
Life is what you make it. And don't everything look at everything is going to be great. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to understand your gifts. And you're going to have to understand criticism.
Yeah. And stay off of social media, because that shit's a lot.
Everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame, buddy. Excuse me? That's an average. Yeah, that's 0 for you. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 20 years, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Everybody gets 15 minutes. You know Andy Warhol was on drugs when he said that, right? He didn't think he'd be quoted for the rest of eternity, let alone taken seriously as an artist. You ever go into like a cute local cafe and an artist has their work for sale on the walls? Has anybody ever not walked up, looked at the price, and gone, who the fuck do they think they are? Just once, I'd like to walk into somebody's home and be like, wow, that is a beautiful piece. Where did you get it? And they're like, oh, funny story. I was getting a spinach wrap the other day for lunch, and I had $750 burning a hole in my pocket. And I was like, hey guys, unbolt this from your urinal and get it into my living room. You know what the unemployment rate in China is? Neither do I, because I'm American.
Yeah, this is the LA shit. You ain't gonna go nowhere here and find some homemade paintings in one of these little rinky-dink restaurants.
Yeah, we don't got coffee houses around here like that. No. You got Starbucks, deal with it.
You'll find somebody on the street maybe selling some paintings that they did. Yeah. But yeah, restaurants around here ain't gonna allow that.
It's gotta be low, right? Those people get up at 3 in the morning to practice the violin for 4.5 hours. Then they work on math for 12 hours, and whatever's left, they're ninjas. If you think for 1 second we will ever catch up with them, you are out of your mind. Just sit at home and be patient until they take over. And quite frankly, they deserve our country. I go, oh shit, China's here. Do we take off our shoes? How does this work?
It's so funny. That is hilarious how something that's was 2 years ago, how now you starting to actually see.
That's great comedy, bro. When no matter when you hear it, it's still relevant.
That's how you do shock value and everything. When you say it, it's like, oh my gosh, he said that. But then that back of your head, you say, it's kind of right.
Yeah, yep. I love it though. I love it.
Yeah, man. That's our type of comedy. That was Daniel Tosh. How do 90% of Americans have jobs? He is absolutely right, because probably another. I can't even get it out.
But let us know what y'all think about that. Is he telling some truth? Is it too offensive? Did you enjoy it? Did you laugh? Should we do more Daniel Tosh? Let us know in the comments.
Well, all that being said, we about to get out of here though.
Click down below for that original video. Check out the stuff we got going on. Hit us up on socials. Support your boys on Patreon and YouTube membership. And get that merch on your body. GeeksAnleashed.com. Hats, shirts, hoodies, everything you need. Summertime, wintertime, fall, baby clothes, mugs, face masks.
So we're out of here, guys. Remember to make memories, stay humble, live life, swagging no aggie.
Just Dan.
PunchDrunk ENT.